before you. And just as I was sitting there, and as Practitioner John was praying, I got to thinking about how much I could feel the energy and power of those who have been a part of the Triangular community for years, and the ancestors and the spirit and the consciousness of this place right here. And it's really active. It's active now. So that as I was sitting there, I was looking at the numbers here, and we are more than the numbers here. We are more than that. And I was just inspired in that way to really reflect on the real power of the consciousness of Triangular Church of Religious Science. I just wanted to share that. I always like to refer to a particular principle that I'm going to talk about, since we get reminded of the principles every Sunday. So the one that I think most is related to my message today. We believe in the incarnation of the Spirit in man, and that all men are incarnations of the one Spirit. We believe that the kingdom of heaven is within man, and that we experience this kingdom to the degree that we become conscious of it. The choir sang a beautiful song, Who You Are. And I want to just say that who God is who we are. Divine. God is divine, and so are we. Because we were created in that image and in that likeness and in the nature of the divine spirit, the creator. So we must own this awareness of who we truly are. You are not your body. You are not your emotions, even though you have a body and you have emotions. You're not even your mind, even though you have a mind. You are a center of pure consciousness. And I think it's good to reflect on who we truly are. We are a center of pure consciousness. And so the theme of the month, infinite consciousness or finite consciousness, makes us think about the choice we have to think and act from our limited human condition or from our unlimited spiritual nature. When we talk about consciousness, what we're really talking about is the beliefs we hold about ourselves and about the world. That's your consciousness. It's your deeply held beliefs about yourself and the world. Obviously, if we want to do great things, we must think from the perspective of the greatness that is within us. That's the only way we're going to be able to do it. In Matthew 13:57, it talks of Jesus visiting his place of birth. And the people were offended by him because they had known him as a child. And they couldn't see him in the role of prophet that he had become. It said he did not do many miracles there because of their unbelief. See, they didn't have the capacity to receive what was there to be given to them. In Hebrews 3:19, the Bible talks about the Israelites who wandered in the desert but could not enter into the promised land because of their unbelief. Their consciousness they had a finite consciousness, and God has an infinite consciousness. And want us to have that same capacity to embrace what may even look like it's impossible. That's the infinite consciousness. We can only receive to the capacity that we are willing to receive. Are you willing to receive more than you've ever received before? Is a question for us to contemplate. The theme reminds me of a Kemetic, ancient Egyptian spiritual principle called the law of Heru regarding imagination. So just think about it as a law of imagination. It says that it isn't what you are imagining, but who is imagining. Are you a human or a divine being? Amen. Because see, if you look at the world from the perspective of a human or a divine being, it makes all the difference. That's the question for the day. And indeed, the answer makes all the difference. Am I looking at the world as a divine being with infinite possibilities, not putting limitations on God? Here at Triangular, we are working our way through our issues of trying to see beyond ideas of limitation that have been programmed into us until we can see ourselves as we truly are, whole, perfect, and complete, fully capable of acting with the spiritual authority inherent within our divine nature to co-create our experience in alignment with spiritual principles. But another thing, your issues, whatever you're dealing with right now, they aren't just your issues. They are our issues. And together, we can support each other in working through them. And we will, together. And that's another beautiful spirit here at Triangle. There's an inclusive spirit here, where all are welcome. I don't really see anybody being judged. I really don't. I'm just being honest. I wouldn't say it if I didn't, believe it. But I see just a welcome man. Come as you are, and we'll love you just the way you are. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful spirit here. This is part of the power that is going to continue to sustain this community. Despite the issues that we may be facing personally and in our spiritual community, we are in a good place from which we can look out to infinite possibilities for growth and expansion. We are in a good place because whatever happened in the past brought us to this point. And at this point, there are no limits to what we can create as we expand our consciousness. There are no limits. It's good for us to periodically pause and reflect on the great achievements of many who have gone before us that have made it possible for us to be where we are today. This is a good time to acknowledge and appreciate our family members, parents, grandparents, and other family members that directly made it possible for us to be here today. And let's remember the spiritual mother of this center, Dr. Pearl Wood, who founded this center with the help of many others, many of whom are now in the realm of the ancestors. And don't forget her grandson, Reverend Greg Pitts. Don't forget, we need to appreciate Reverend Greg Pitts. I just really want to emphasize that. We need to appreciate him and appreciate his wife and his family, who have put so much into Triangular throughout the years. Let's give them a big hand. I appreciate you. You have mentored me. You have stood by me. You have stood by so many in the movement. Whenever a minister, when I was coming up, when I first started, when any of us got in trouble, we got a call from Reverend Greg. Hey, brother, I'm here with you. Can I help you? And really there's a lot of heart there for him. And you really have represented something powerful and meaningful in our community, Reverend Greg. I appreciate that. And at the anniversary celebration, I really enjoyed hearing from so many families, so many of the families here at Triangular that have supported Triangular throughout the generations. So let's reflect on the great individuals who have paid the price for us with gratitude, and let's pay them the best tribute possible by finding and expressing the greatness that is inside of us. Amen. And let's participate in the continued advancement of this spiritual community. Amen. Let's commit that we're going to participate. We're not going to be bystanders, but we're going to be involved in the advancement of this spiritual community. We all have been given a great purpose for our lives, and we have what it takes to fulfill it. Sometimes we look at the greatness of others, and we forget that we have the same greatness inside of us. Our divinity, our spiritual nature is our greatness. It's implanted inside of you. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. This human experience requires that we practice our divinity, which is our capacity for greatness. So we need to just always know that we have a capacity for greatness. That means that we can create something that's never been done or seen before. We have the capacity for greatness within a human context. And that is what I'm going to talk about today in my topic, Ye Are Gods. It is important that we understand our divinity because the Most High can only do for us what can be done through us. That's where the consciousness comes in. That's where, where it said he could not do very many miracles there because of their unbelief. They didn't have the consciousness to receive what the universe wanted to give to them. How we see ourselves determines what we will accept for ourselves. If we see ourselves as divinities, nothing will be too good or out of reach for us. Once you know who you are ready to become who you can be. Claim your godlike powers to do God's work in the world. You need courage and confidence, born out of trust. Trust that what has supported you this far will continue to sustain you. Have the courage to step out and fully participate in bringing the good that you want to experience into your life, and have confidence in the principle that you are using. The principle that as a spiritual being, you can exercise influence over your experience. Envision your world as a divine being with unlimited possibilities in front of you. Have trust that which has sustained triangular church or religious science will continue to sustain it going forward. We must send our